Hello, my sunflowers. How are you at the first of the year? Again, Happy New Year. I hope 2025 be nothing but a blessing. Okay.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, we hope and wish that you would subscribe to us. And we're trying to reach that 3,000. And you know, when we reach the 3,000, we're going to go 4,000 and 5,000. But nevertheless, we hope that you subscribe. Yes.
Like.
Yeah.
Comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we like.
Support.
I don't know why I had freezer burn. I don't know. My brain went. But nevertheless, please subscribe and like us. And if you get this far now in our videos, then that means you like us.
Yes.
Show us
Thank
by
you.
thumbs up, subscribe.
Yes. Become a sunflower.
Sunflowers.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading on BlackPink because it is officially 2025, and you know what that means? That BlackPink is supposed to be coming back this year. So I'm not sure if they have made a release, have made an official release date. However, there is some rumors, or at least I think I've seen around on the internet, that people say BlackPink is officially coming back in 2025. So with that being said, I am here to do a reading on BlackPink because if you are not familiar with me on this channel and how I feel about YG, well, I wasn't sure if BlackPink Reunion 2025 was going to be a thing, honestly. Let's be honest here. We all know how YG is. YG is definitely preoccupied with Meow right now, honestly. So it's just my opinion. Oh, right. And Baby Monster. YG's got Baby Monster 2 preoccupied. So, you know, the other girls are honestly popping. We're still waiting for Jisoo. Did Jisoo make her release date yet? I'm not sure. I thought Jisoo was supposed to release an album in December, but I'm not quite sure. Speaking of which, Lisa is supposed to be releasing an album soon. I'm not quite sure when that album's supposed to be released. I thought that was also in December. I thought a lot of things were supposed to be released in December, so that way when it was 2025, the girls could focus on their BlackPink. But apparently I must have read some things wrong. But with that being said, what is going on? Oh, did you guys know? Like, is it true that Jennie got banned from performing Mantra on music shows just because she named 2 name brands? Like, are we serious? I was wondering why Mantra just like kind of fell off. She did like 2-3 promotions maybe, and then it was like no more Mantra promotions. I was really excited and really that's the one thing that I don't like about groups not promoting in K-pop. I mean, I know they're out doing their solo things, and we're honestly getting the American treatment about how our American artists give us music and interact with their fan base. However, as a K-pop fan, I am a bit spoiled, and I enjoy your music, and I enjoy watching you perform. So I really do want to watch you perform the same song like 72 times, and I won't get tired of it. So, why did you guys ban Jennie from performing on at least on Music Bank? But why did you guys perform? Is just my opinion. Anyway, yeah, all that to be said, I love all the girls. Rose is still out here promoting her album, actually. I think she just posted a video with Bruno Mars, or a picture of Bruno Mars. They're kind of cute together. I'm not shipping them, but I know they're kind of like low-key doing a cute like PR stunt cat mouse chase game, whatever they're doing. Some fans believe it, some don't. Some people are just like, oh, that's just a little thing that they did. Other fans are just like, oh, where's Bruno? You know? So I'm not sure. Rose, you are playing your fans very well. Your fans are very obsessed and curious about who you are dating. So she's playing she's I got to give it to these artists. They know their fan base and know what their fan base wants. So with that being said, that's about everyone I could talk about because Jisoo has yet to, I don't even think, to release a pre-single either from her album. So it's still up in the air, but she definitely confirmed that she will be releasing an album soon. So that's great to hear. I can't wait to see what she released. I wouldn't be surprised if it's ballad though. It just seems like that would be something up Jisoo's alley, especially because she is more vocal heavy than the other girls. And I don't think she's much poppy. But if she gives us poppy, like I could take that. Like I could take that. That was pretty good. I could take that speed of Jisoo. But any more slower and we get into ballad territory, I'm gonna bounce. I'm sorry. That's definitely not my judge. So that being said, I'm excited to see BlackPink come together. I picked this card to represent BlackPink, so I will put this in the center, and I'm going to shuffle these cards. And yes, I'm showing off my new deck. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar because it's definitely been a while since I've done K-pop. And the last time I've really done a K-pop reading, I don't think, besides New Jeans, so the last time that I really had like a good chunk of you guys out here watching me, I was using a completely different deck. So with that being said, if you're curious about what deck I'm using, it's called the Wild Unknown Tarot. And honestly, I am just putting this out here for some shameless promotion because I love animals and I love nature. So please do go check out my video that I did like last year where I took berries off of our property and made jam and talk to you guys. Actually, I've promoted this so much since the beginning of this new year that I am now going to watch it for my own pleasure so I can watch myself make jam. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, with that being said, Mama Crone suggested me to try a different deck out here, and I sure did. She had this deck, and I had a miniature version that was actually slightly smaller than the deck I've been using, and it's already to see these cards as it is, and they're big because of the way the light reflects. So using the miniature version was not going to be cool. So yeah, that's why we have the bigger deck. So this is actually Mama Crone's set, but we share decks, honestly. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video and animals. Honestly, I've been popping and connecting with these cards more. I've been on a flow. And it's more along the lines of the wider weight sniff deck, which is the same deck that Lady Crone uses. So therefore, it just gives a unique perspective through an animal. And I enjoy that. It definitely flows right through me. And I love it. That's exactly how I felt about this deck, which is the Letterman. So what's going on with BlackPink 2025? BlackPink in our area. Da da na na. Da na na na. Da 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 da. Yeah. Uh-huh. How you like that? Dun, 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 da, 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 da. That's what song I got. So let's see how BlackPink is doing. He said, "How you like that?" So sounds like they coming back with some confidence. All right, all jokes aside, for real. Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm sorry. I overhear. I had to let that marinate. I was enjoying that. The chorus was the best part, honestly. But the sense of the elegance, the sense of the beauty, the sense of the boldness, especially when they did the when they did the like explosion and like the wall bursted behind them. It's just grandiose. Blackpink in your area. That's the boldness I'm getting. So, what I see here for Blackpink, and what represents them is the Hermit. And that's very fitting. That's very fitting. Why? Because Blackpink is currently in their hermit phase. They are currently in the shell. However, I'm doing a reading on them doing a comeback or coming back in 2025 and reuniting because they are doing their solo activities at the moment. So in 2025, the hermit's going to be popping out of its shell. So that's what we're seeing for Blackpink. That is great to see at the moment. Of course, we're going to get a little bit more deeper in the meaning, but let's just see how it's going to unfold in the reading. I see at this what their black or their problem could be for Blackpink is the Mother of Swords, which is actually quite interesting because I'm not sure if this is a manager, because I definitely know their CEO isn't a female, or maybe this could be that there is it is a group of 4, so maybe it could be one of the girls is a problem. I'm not quite sure. I don't want anything. So I don't even want Blackpink to like break up. But if you haven't been watching this channel, I have been saying in almost every reading that I could have sworn I read an article saying that a certain member left Blackpink. If you guys want to fish through my readings to find that one, please go ahead and find it if you want to. But at this moment, I am not, because I did say who the member was. But at this very moment, I'm not going to mention that member because I'm not trying to put that into this reading at this moment because I just want to enjoy Blackpink. Honestly, I love me some Blackpink. So because of that, but I could have sworn one of the members left, and if that's the case, maybe that could be this member being that problem. And maybe that could have been because Blackpink came out their shell. They had to go do their own thing. And now that they came back together, they have to be like cocooned. I'm not quite sure. Let's find out. Because I always had a problem with it. Why are you guys going to become solo artists for like a good 6 months to a year and then come back together as a group? Especially, why are you going to go into the American music industry where it is so free and liberated and then have to go back to K-pop and then be restricted to be a certain way? I just don't understand why they would want to go back and do that. Like, I get it, it's for the love of Blackpink and the Blinks. I get it. I love that. Thank you. But also at the same time, you guys are getting a certain age. Eventually, you're going to age out of K-pop. You've accumulated your fandom success. You love the Blinks. Yes, you guys made your 8 years, and you guys are still going hoo hoo rah rah. That's great out here. But honestly, why are we coming back together as Blackpink after being solo dolo women out here? Especially because it doesn't even look like these girls are really interacting with each other. Besides Rose and Jenny, they're the only ones that we actually see hanging out with each other. We don't see them hanging out with anybody else. Except one time we did see Lisa and Rose hanging out with each other because Juice was out there filming. But do we ever see all the girls actually hanging out together since Blackpink disbanded? No. So it seems some fakery to come back together just for Blackpink. But that's my personal opinion. And how I see it. But let's see what the cards have to point out for the ladies. What we see in the past, or like what's behind them, is the Four of Cups, interestingly enough. Okay, I'm back, guys. I had to grab my book. And I really took a time to look over the cards because the first sentence summed up everything I literally just said. And then, because I read the Mother of Swords and I read the first sentence of the Four of Cups. All the other cards I got in the bag. However, I did notice while looking at the cards that the theme of number 4 is popping up, and that's very important. 4 popped up 3 times. And I'm not even going to talk about why that's significant in the number of why it seems to be one less than four. But we see that the number four pops up 3 times, and they are a 4-member girl group. So because of that, we see something about their foundation. But let me read to you what the Four of Cups symbolize. Actually, I'll read it in the order that I just happened to read it in. So we're going to start with the Mother of Swords, which usually symbolizes the Queen of Swords. You'll often find the Mother of Swords putting her sharp perspectives to use as a therapist, doctor, or teacher. She's extremely experienced and knowledgeable in her field. Some think of her as all-seeing. This card can sometimes represent a woman going through a difficult time. She may be recently widowed or divorced, and usually without children. During this time, there's potential for her criticism to soar. Now, if that doesn't sound like a particular member, I don't know what I could tell you. I feel like that guy off of TikTok that says 10 points if you get this, 9 points if you get that. That's how I feel. Like, if you don't know who I'm hinting at this point, I think you need to brush up on who your BlackPink members are, honestly. But what I see over here in the past for the girls is the Four of Cups, which symbolizes an outsider would look upon your life and see supportive relationships, pleasures, and even a bit of luxury. Sounds good, right? But you don't see it that way. Instead, there's discontentment, apathy, and even greed for more. The Four of Cups warns to not take your situation for granted or the people who supported you along the way. Okay, maybe this is somebody else. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah, I'm still up in the air. Look around you. What are you truly longing for? Name it. And that's how the girls in BlackPink are feeling. That's how it is in the past, now that they've gone their separate ways to go do their own solo endeavors and really embark on a new journey, promote themselves, do their own thing, not have to be beholden to the K-pop standards. Now they're able to be who they are supposed to be, who they want to be, make their own mark in the world. After all, they are 27, 28, 29. So it's about that time. It's about, like I said, they're aging out of K-pop at this point. So they got to find a different avenue, and definitely coming into the American music industry is going to be another avenue, because you can never age out of that. The only time you age out of that is just your music's not hip anymore. That's when you get too old for the industry. And I don't think the girls are going to allow that to happen. But what I find interesting is that somebody, or maybe the group, doesn't feel supported, doesn't feel connected. Could it be the fact that Blinks are out here trying to make schisms where there aren't schisms? I'm not sure. But it definitely seems like there is some greed. We all know who's been called greedy out here, honestly, and attention seeking and selfish. We all know who that is, honestly. Let's be honest. We know what fans are saying out here. And there could be some discontentment. We also know who out here has been struggling in the media and has been getting a lot of criticism. So, I mean, it's honestly either of those two girls. I mean, Rosé stayed with YG. She's signed with the company, so she's not going anywhere. Rosé is very content where she is. Jisoo's doing acting, so Jisoo's doing Jisoo. Jisoo's pretty content where she is. I named that down to half of the other girls that I have not named, so those are honestly the two people who could be this Mother of Swords, the two I didn't name, and this Four of Cups, because that seems to be coming back up in their present. I was going to read the other fours, but I'll get there when I get there. So in the past, we see here that the girls, and that's maybe what this rodent symbolizes, that even though all the cups are full, we see the moon, and it's always the moon going dark. It's always waning. It's always coming to a new moon. And that's when things are hidden. You can't really see things. And so because of that, it's almost things done sneakily in the dark. And rodents really don't see that good, especially mouses and rats, especially rats. They don't see great at all. So actually being in night puts them in a slight advantage because they are already attuned to their senses. So therefore their brain can hypothetically shut down that portion of their brain that really needs to focus energy on seeing and put it towards more attention, so they're able to refocus and distribute energy, which is a very water quality, because water is very fluid and goes wherever you tell it to go, which is what this moon is doing. And because this rodent is here, it's all not as good as it looks like between these four girls and BlackPink. So honestly, I'm still saying it on the table. If we get BlackPink in 2025, as much as I would love it, I will honestly be shocked because in every reading I have done for the two members that I have not named, it just doesn't look good for specifically one of them. And because of that, I've always questioned if that member is going to leave and if they're going to be satisfied and if there really was a splitting of a partnership. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If you get what I mean, hint, hint. If there was a breaking up of something, then I could see why somebody might not want to be a part of the group. There could be some, I don't want to work with you, this is awkward, and things like that, right? So because of that, there's so much. And for this problem to be the Mother of Swords, which, let me read you what the did I read you what the Mother of Swords is? Yes, I did. And for this Mother of Swords, whoever, and because of that, like this card says, let's not forget the main meaning I want to highlight here. You have a support group, but you just don't see you have a support group. You're going through a hard time. That was the past. In the present, which is a block card, which is going to be a coming up against BlackPink. This is something BlackPink is dealing with. There is one of the four members that is feeling a certain type of way, that is feeling maybe restricted, or is maybe seen a different way, because like we said, BlackPink has been on a hiatus. They have been away. They have gone into their own cocoons, their own world. So they're basically coming out their shells and huddling back together to be a team again. So because of that, there is going to be a problem when you just have more than one head together in a environment working together, especially when all four members has had creative direction over their image and what they want, and gotten a taste of the good life, I'll say. Going back to the K-pop and going back to having to do the fakery and having to do the fan service and having to do things when you're not feeling a certain person, it's going to feel a certain type of way. And it's going to be feeling limiting because the owl is wise. And when you're wise and your eyes are open, you don't want to go back to something. To put it in a great example, if you have been in an abusive environment, whoever may be abusing you, let's just say you've been in an abusive environment and you finally managed to escape this environment. Like, this is so drastic that you felt like if you tried anything else that you would literally be kaput. So you finally escaped this environment, right? Do you want to go back to that environment? Like we see how people that are in cults leave cults and never go back. There are some, because maybe they want to go back for a friend, or or even people that have like controlling family religious dynamics, and they leave and they never come back. So their eyes have been opened. It's like, why would I go back to something that's limiting, something that's restricting my mindset, something that I know that isn't me. I know who I am. That group was fun. That group was great. I love BlackPink. These girls are always going to be there. But that's how it could feel. But like the card, I will continue to stress. It says there is a support group. It's just one of the girls just don't see that they have this support group. So that's where the problem is. And I honestly don't know who it is. I could make a hypothesis all I want, but I don't know who this member is. But I have a strong hint just based off of what I saw. If you want to go research through my videos, but what I see in their head is, ooh, this is great. I love this meaning. It's a very inspiring card. It's quite hard to see, but it's a bunch of sticks just piled. Just think of like twigs, branches, all just like tossed together and just like that, basically just piled of sticks every which way, every combobulated. You don't know what's going on. That's basically what the Ten of Wands symbolizes with creative energy. And that's the energy of these four girls coming back together. That's basically what's looming over BlackPink, is the energy, the friction of the girls coming together again. Actually, surprisingly, I didn't think it was, I started off feeling way more positive about this reading, but somehow it has taken a turn for the complete opposite of what I was expecting. But that isn't surprising, because I did say that the number 4, which is all about foundations and stability, and there is 4 members, and there is only 3 cards, and yeah. So with that, with the Ten of Wands symbolizing the fact that sometimes you just have to like let bygones be bygones. You've put everything into something. You've done all that you can. You know that you've put all your energy in there. Sometimes you just come to a roadblock, come up against something. And like I'm not sure if I said it in this video, but you have to just know your weaknesses and just know, and somebody knows. That's why there's some friction in the group. Somebody knows that this group is, I don't want to say beneath them, or even like a step or like a energetically lower than them, but in the sense of they've maybe grown, evolved, and feel different. And because they're back in that old environment, back in that place, that puts them in a energy mindset that they've like outgrown and like grown past. It's not that they've grown past the girls, they just grown past BlackPink. It's like, why try to make a square peg fit in a circle? It's just not going to work. It's nothing personal, totally nothing personal. It's just some things just don't fit anymore, and that's what somebody's coming to the realization. And that's what we see here at the very bottom underneath the girls, is that there's some transformative energy with this 2 of Pentacles. And usually it's somebody balancing it, but here it's in harmony with each other. And that harmony blossomed out a butterfly. And that's where that transformation came from, going from a cocoon, like going from a caterpillar to a cocoon to a butterfly, going through the transformative stages. And also those are things that are also transforming, and going through those growing pains are very hard. Just think about what it was like going through puberty. That's humans. That's the human version of growing pains. So if you want to think about how humans can transform, evolve, and grow, and how awkward, how uncomfortable, how maybe embarrassing, but you also come out a completely different person at the end of it. It's like a phase. That's exactly what BlackPink is going through, and who maybe all the members could have gone through that. And so therefore, when they come collectively together, maybe somebody says that they just don't want to fit back. They don't want to conform. They don't want to be a part of this harmony, balance. Maybe they found some harmony with them themselves. I'm not quite sure. But there definitely seems like there is some growth, some inner growth And that's why there seems to be some conflict amongst the girls in Blackpink when they do come back for Blackpink 2025, and if they make it to their debut. But they'll make it to their debut, honestly. I honestly don't see any of the girls leaving, because we see here at the very end we have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles does not play about its money. Okay, it's about the legacy, it's about the name, it's about the Blackpink, it's about the status. So sometimes you got to put all that aside, and it's like I said, the girls haven't really been hanging out with each other like that. They've been, and honestly, it was nothing personal to them. I mean, Rose seemed to figure out to meet with everybody else, but it's nothing personal, right? They're all busy promoting. They're all having to travel here, travel there, do this endorsement, do that endorsement. So because of that, it's hard to reconnect, but you always know in the back of your mind, oh well, that's okay. We'll just catch up at our reunion at Blackpink. It's that kind of energy. You never let it fall to the wayside, but it just fell to the wayside for that moment. So all the girls did their own. Sorry, the Blackpink girls did their own little thing, and now that they came back together, it's just like some of them are ready to be like, woo, let's get back to the party. And then other members are just going to be like, oh, hi. Oh, this is awkward. And be like that. But then, is you got to get back into the energy, back into the groove, and, got to put on the mask, got to switch it up and pull through, because after all, this is for the blinks. After all, Blackpink do love their fans. So because of that, I feel like they're not, whatever they're going through behind scenes, behind closed doors. After all, blinks have been speculating for years who's been dating who's been in a relationship with other boy groups. So because of that, fans are like, which friendship has broken up for the meantime, like who's mad at who wronged who, what happened. Even though you see the girls throwing their little feud or shade on stage, or fans are just interpreting it that way, they always come together for Blackpink and put that aside, because after all, it is a business. They want to give back to the fans that supported them. It's honestly out of love. Everything that they do is out of love, because as you see out, you can't see that well, but it is a rainbow radiating out, and the rainbow symbolizes all the colors of harmony and unison. So this is to give back to their fans that love and support them. Oh, however, we see the fear is the Empress. And the Empress is again that feminine energy. The fear, the problem, the block again shows up as another female. This is a very strong female. I'm not sure who this is, but what I do see in the hopes for Blackpink, though, continuing back to that waxing, waning moon again, maybe Blackpink is hoping that they could get another year out of this. Maybe they're hoping that they can put all their emotions aside, because this is the Nine of Cups. Put all their emotions aside and feel as though they can fake it till they make it. Maybe do it one more year. Hey, let's just give this to the fans. Like I said, maybe Blackpink will do this. Like I said in readings before, maybe Blackpink will just do this one comeback and then like disappear and like silently disband and go do their solo projects, and like we never know. So because of that, because you know how it wouldn't even surprise me, just because of how YG just manages Blackpink, that this is just like a one thing to be like, hey, don't think we didn't think about Blackpink. We didn't forget them. Here we go. We promised you Blackpink. There you go. And then it's just like all the fans are like, hoopla, yeah, Blackpink's back. And then YG's just like, okay, see y'all Blackpink in another 3 years. Go do y'all thing. You know how YG is. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. So because of that, maybe that's how Blackpink is feeling. Like maybe this could be our last hoopla, after all, they have made it to their 8-year mark, and so they're going towards their 9-year mark. And this is the Nine of Cups, and that symbolizes coming to an end of cycle and their end of their career, maybe, and the end of Blackpink as we know it. But they are still going to be out there doing their solo music, and this is just their first step of doing it. That's why they did their solo careers, so that way they could slowly start dismantling and easing us into Blackpink, out of Blackpink. And then we see, however, who surrounds them is very questionable, because this symbolizes the opinions of like the family. But I'm not sure that, because I'm reading on a group, I'm not sure if this symbolizes the family would be the company and the company's opinion on Blackpink. But we do see the little lamb. We see the lamb. We see the sheep. But we see the sun radiating from the third eye. If you could see the cards, I wish you could. Oh, that was actually a good view a little bit. And what we see here is 4 swords coming down, almost as if it's like the sacrificial lamb. That's how the company is. That's how I feel the company is. I don't know why I feel like they're sacrificing Blackpink for some other group, but that was also another conspiracy that I had, is that honestly, what Meow and Baby Monster are just to keep us preoccupied and to keep YG afloat while Blackpink are out doing their own thing. Or so when Blackpink disbands, YG is not left girl groupless and is just like, oh, where do we get our, like, what do we do now? So that was my conspiracy about how I'm concerned about Meow, but also how sloppy Baby Monster has been lately. But I'm not here to dig on any of the other YG members underneath the company, but that's just my personal opinion about YG and company management label and how sneaky they can be and underhanded and play different groups and prioritize other groups over other groups, so that way they can prioritize money, and then other groups go to the wayside, and then there's the YG dungeon, honestly. So that's where Blackpink's coming out of. They are coming out of their hermit. The hermit is the YG basement. They had a lot of time to think in that YG basement. So, because of that, because even though they was on a world tour, let's be honest, they was on a world tour for like a complete year, but they were promoting an album that they released like a year before that. So it was like 2 years. So like, YG planned this out. They laid it out perfectly. We feel like Blackpink hasn't been gone that long, but musically and discography wise, Blackpink is still in the dungeon. They're just keeping us alive with content. That's why we don't feel like they're in the dungeon anymore. And especially because we're in the new age where idols are now actually allowed to have social media accounts. We actually get to enjoy our idols, so it never feels like they're in the dungeon until we start realizing that they're not releasing music. And then we're just like, wait a minute, you're in the basement. Why do you look so happy? But thank you for the love anyway. And so because of that, in my opinion, I could feel like maybe that's how the company feels about Blackpink, that they're trying to not sacrifice Blackpink, but in the sense of, because this sheep is in its infancy stage and it is vulnerable in a sense, and we do have sun shining through it, through that third eye. So even though it may seem innocent, it is actually very wise in the sense, because it can see through any of the BS of the physical world. That's what I symbolize Blackpink as. So whatever this sword is, which, like I said, I did say when I get to the other swords, I'll read it. So let me read the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords. Those threatening swords loom above. The lamb sits in stillness without fear. The 4 of Swords says it's time to look inward and find the mental power to cope with the pressures. It's important to rest, seek meditation, or find liter- or to find literature that focuses on ways to quiet the mind. Take this time to recuperate and move inward before these swords strike. And that's exactly how BlackPink is. And that's exactly how that last phrase, before the swords strike, I feel is the company. And that's how the company feels. And BlackPink is the lamb protecting themselves. That's why maybe somebody might ditch the group before it is it's like a I'm gonna get you before you get me kind of thing. So if that being said, then the last one we have to read, which is the Four of Pentacles, because that is the outcome card, and that is going to tell us exactly like what the future is for BlackPink outside of the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, BlackPink will debut, but like really what is like behind closed doors? What does it look like? What is the outcome for BlackPink? We know the physical, the outer appearance of what BlackPink is going to be. They're going to perform. They're going to show up. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. We're going to eat it up. They're going to eat. So go figure. Professionalism. However, behind closed doors, what is the outcome for BlackPink? As we see, it's like a balance. So the Four of Pentacles first suggests material gain and stability. Only good news for your bank account and home. Yet underneath the surface, like I just said, this is a card of warning. Do not become possessive or controlling. Holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept. And that brings us back circling right to this Mother of Swords, or the Queen of Swords. Whoever feels discontent, whoever feels like the group isn't on their level, resonate with them, get them, feel them, vibe with them, it's going to cause some disturbance in the group, some dis-ease, some tension. So even though BlackPink will show up, it's going to look good on the surface, we still have to think about there's still always that the question still lingers. What is the future going to be for BlackPink after they make their comeback in 2025? Are they going to continue? Is a member going to leave? Is somebody going to get big-headed? Is somebody going to feel awkward? Are they both going to leave? And then it's going to be like two members left. And then it's just like, really, what is the point in BlackPink? Sorry again. So because of that, we're not sure. We're going to have to read it. This was actually honestly interesting. Yeah. Tell me, did you guys enjoy this reading? I felt like I was on a roll, even though I read 4 of the cards, which all had to deal with fours and this Mother of Swords. I definitely felt like it all came together in the end, and we definitely painted the picture that there is something definitely going on behind closed doors. Like I said, everything is allegedly, but it appears to my cards that there seems like there's something going on behind closed doors with BlackPink. And even though they might make it all look peachy cream and beautiful, there's definitely some chaos, definitely some, I don't want to say diva-ness, but hey, that's what happens when you go solo and then you have to come back to a group setting. Like I said, that just didn't make sense to me. But I love BlackPink, so I'm not going to not wish them to come back. I want them to come back. I want to see BlackPink dance on the stage and see those 4 girls look gorgeous and look swagger. Okay, yes, I want to see that. So yes, I want to see BlackPink come back this year. But also, given the circumstances and the reality of it, and looking at who owns them after all, looking at YG, I have to really question the longevity of BlackPink coming back, and how long are they going to be back? And is this just a one-time thing? So if that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like I said, I was actually hoping for this to be a really good reading, because this should be a celebratory time, because BlackPink is coming back. Finally, we've all been waiting. So I was expecting this to be a great reading. I was expecting to see like celebrations, happiness, good cards, brightness, fire everywhere, cups everywhere, maybe even emotional, feeling overwhelmed. I was expecting to see all that. And maybe, yes, that is all that too, but that's just internalized negatively by the way these cards are playing it out. So, with that being said, and hey, if I'm wrong, like I said, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I don't know these girls. And the cards are never wrong. It's how I interpret it. That's why I say everything I say is allegedly. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Blackpink, and I will be doing a reading on how not BTS. I will see if BTS will be coming back in 2025. I'm not sure if they have some members coming out of the military in 2026, but I just want to check, see if BTS will be making a comeback, if they'll ever make a comeback. It's because that's another group that has their members out there literally living their solo lives as their members are out there completing military duty. So that's a completely different story, but similar case. So I just want to check in on BTS. And then somebody requested a while back a reading on Winter and seeing how, if they're going to be reuniting and if they're going to be coming back. So I will be doing a reading on that. And also, I'm going to be doing a new K-pop news recap on just music releases, groups that have debuted in the process of getting ready to debut. And speaking of which, in groups making, since I'm talking about some OGs and third gen here, G Friends, I'm going to mention them and how they had a comeback. I'm not sure if you guys would like me to do a reading on that. I'm not quite sure on that. I'm willing to do that. So if that being said, please give this video a thumbs up if you made it this far, enjoyed this content, and if you love Blackpink, please just give it a thumbs up for that. And please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. I do read on Blackpink a lot, and I do read on BTS, and then there are other people that are sprinkled in there as well that I read on, but I predominantly read on Blackpink and BTS. So if you enjoy that kind of content, please subscribe to this channel if you would like, especially if you enjoy my commentary. Please do check out my K-pop news recaps. I put a lot of effort into those by putting in those TikToks. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next readings. Sunflowers!